Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, How to Build a High-Performance Menu That Keeps Guests Coming Back with Upserve. And I want to give a quick thanks to Branded Strategic Hospitality for helping me promote and book this webinar. And also thanks to Gallery Design Studio for making the following presentation look awesome. They're great partners. I highly recommend them. Okay, on today's webinar, you're going to learn what is your Pmix and why it is important. And I actually had to learn what a Pmix was to put this together. So I'm excited for you to learn. You'll learn how to test your menu for optimum sales. And you're also going to very importantly learn how to optimize your menu to keep guests coming back. Super important in the restaurant business. Please allow me to introduce Amber Van Mosner, the Senior Director of Communications at Upserve. In a role, Amber leads customer marketing, very important, product marketing, content and social sales enablement. You kind of do everything. Brand and PR for Upserve, the all-in-one restaurant management solution that makes restaurants wildly successful. That sounds awesome to me. Over the last decade, Amber has worked across media and marketing to tell amazing customer stories and connect brands with their audiences, which we are going to do today. She's also spent 6 years as a waitress and bartender at a customer that I actually is one of my clients. I had no idea. It was super cool. And she was a variety of terrible restaurants and bars, but not that one. That one was awesome.
That one was awesome.
It was. And you guys can ask me offline if you want to know who that was. Hi, everybody. You probably know me. I'm Red Ciencio. I'm a hospitality marketing consultant. I help restaurants raise awareness, acquire, and retain customers through digital marketing, social media, and the use of incredible software. My personal magic wand is pizza. Now, a lot of people know me as a restaurant and hospitality marketing influencer because I run a couple Instagram accounts with about 600,000 followers total. But I also used to own a bar in New York City, so I know exactly how hard it is to market and brand a location-based business. But today we're here to talk about your Pmix. So Amber, tell us how people can use their menu to drive return trips.
Sure thing. Well, thanks so much for having me. Really excited to join. So one of the things I want to focus on today is, lots of folks get into the restaurant business or become entrepreneurs because they have a great gut sense. They know how to go with their gut. They have really powerful insights about what makes their business tick, what makes their customers come back. But the problem is your gut can't be right 100% of the time. And so that's when we need to rely on data to back up our gut instincts about our business. And that starts with your Pmix, right? So just trying to scroll to the next slide here. There we go. So your Pmix in your POS system, if you run a restaurant, you should be pretty familiar with it. It's an assessment of the health of your menu and your business. It's telling you your overall sales, your costs, your high-performing menu items. And the problem is a lot of restaurants are just looking at the Pmix, but they're not tying this to larger data points that can really be insightful about their business. Oh, sorry about that, folks. So doing a true deep dive on your menu requires that additional sales and guest retention data. And at Upserve, we have this thing called the Magic Menu Quadrant. So what this does is it pulls your Pmix data in and it compares it to other data about guest retention, server performance, all kinds of stuff to tell you more about your individual menu items. So you're not consistently pushing out duds that people maybe order once and never order again or never come back, and helps you elevate menu items that you might not know are actually your secret all-star performers.
Yeah, some people, some of my friends call those underperformers the dogs, yes. Right? And having knowledge of your Pmix as it relates to sales and guest retention, oftentimes will settle the argument between operations and your culinary team who feel passionate about a certain item that guests love. I'm using air quotes though for people who are looking in the bubble, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? For a lot of restaurant owners, the menu, that's your babies, right? Those menu items. So it can be hard to kind of look at the hard numbers and see what's what. But we're actually going to talk about another customer in a minute who was maybe too quick to move on with menu items. So it can go both ways. But one of the things we want to focus on is guest retention, right? Guest retention is key to the success of your business. A study done by Harvard recently found that you can increase your profits up to 125% by just increasing your repeat customers by 5%. And in this day and age where we're all dealing with, a lot of new business models because of COVID, whether you're moving to online ordering or a reduced seating capacity, you really need to keep that number in mind because guest retention is going to be key to your restaurant success. So like I said, despite all this data, many restaurant owners go with their gut. Are you maybe giving an underperforming dish a pass, Or in a quest to be cutting edge, are you cutting out your guests' favorite dishes? The best way to know this is to look at your Pmix and cross-reference it with your sales and guest retention data. So like I said, we have this product, it's called the Magic Menu Quadrant. We are the only POS and restaurant management system in the world that has this. And it lets you know what items on your menu create regulars, what items are the hidden gems, and what items are one-hit wonders. So if you look at this, this mock-up of what this actually looks like in the system here, we tell you, how does this menu item perform compared to other menu items that you have? And how many customers who order this menu item return? So those are the kind of the key pieces that you won't just get from your Pmix, that you need to take it a little bit further to better understand what's happening in your restaurant and what's happening with your guests.
Just want to make sure that I understand the concept here is that having the right system can inform you of when a guest returns and orders the same thing, correct? Like that's sort of where the magic, and having that type of data informs you what it is that makes somebody want to come back and and almost anticipate their order.
Absolutely. And you know, the thing is, if you're not an Upserve customer, you could certainly do this on your own. You could pull all your guest data, cross-reference it with their orders, cross-reference that with sales, but that would take you probably hours, even if you're a pretty savvy analyst. So what's great about this tool is this data is at your fingertips, and it doesn't require any additional elbow grease to really discover, again, what these top performers are that bring your guests back. So you can really streamline your menu. You could also look at food costs. So you're making sure you're costing your items correctly, and you're only pushing menu items that bring guests back.
Awesome.
And here's just kind of a picture of what your restaurant could look like with this data at your fingertips. You can know how much more your repeat customers spend. You can know who your VIPs are and how to treat them accordingly. You know, lots of folks know who their VIPs are from being in the restaurant all the time, but this could also signal that to your managers or other folks in the restaurant if you are not physically there to tell them, hey, go to table 5, give them a free glass of wine. It'll also let you know that, you know, the tiramisu, it's a big seller, but only 9% of people who order it come back to your restaurant. Maybe it's time to reevaluate that menu item. Similarly with, you know, promotions, is this promotion driving higher revenue or is it actually costing you money? These are all things that Upserve's robust analytics platform can help you solve without doing any kind of deep digging or analysis. All this data is right at your fingertips.
Amber, question for you.
Sure.
Using this tiramisu as an example, what is the danger or what is the con to the business in having something that like is a big seller but doesn't drive return trips? Like, how does that negatively affect a business?
Well, like, you know, like we showed in that Harvard study, if you have someone who has a negative experience in your restaurant or with your online ordering, they may not leave a review. They'll just never come back. And that's somebody that, you know, you then have to go out and market to another person to get them to come to your restaurant, to get them to order from you. It's much easier to and much more cost effective for your business. If you wow your guests with every single dish, they will come back, they will bring people back with them, and they will tell people about your business. I mean, we all do this. We all go out to eat, we all order from restaurants. We have the restaurants we love the most, but we also have bad experiences with restaurants and we don't go back there or order from them again. So that's why it's really important to have this data, because unless someone leaves a scathing review, you'll never know that they had a meh experience. But this data can tell you like, hey, this dish isn't doing it for your guests. It's time to switch up the menu and rethink what you're selling.
Right. So in that example, right, people order a tiramisu because they love tiramisu, but if they don't order it a second time, it means they didn't love your tiramisu, right?
100%.
Awesome. Good. It's great knowledge to have.
So I want to talk through 2 customers who leverage the Magic Menu Quadrant to make better business decisions. The first is Bywater in Warren, Rhode Island. We love these guys. If you're in the Rhode Island area, you should definitely check them out. So they are a independent mom and pop business. And, you know, they have a really robust set of regulars, which is great, right? That's the dream. And so their gut instinct, their hypothesis was, hey, we have a ton of regulars. They probably don't want to order the same thing week after week, especially now that we're doing online ordering. We should switch up our menu. So they had this fish and chips that they were running on the menu in the spring. And they were like, you know what, this has been on the menu for like over 6 weeks. We're going to pull it. As soon as they pulled the fish and chips off their menu, they lost 40% in sales that week.
Wow.
So they were looking at their numbers. They're like, what's going on? The Magic Menu Quadrant pointed out that those folks that were ordering the fish and chips did not come back that week. They ordered consistently week after week after week. And then that week they were gone. So that means the folks were coming specifically for that menu item. And when it was gone, they went and placed their order somewhere else. So that's a really powerful lesson. They put it back on the menu. That those sales were up again 40% the following week. So they were able to correct, and they realized that going forward, you know, they really need to stay engaged with the Pmix and with the menu quadrant before they make a decision like this, just based off a gut reaction.
Awesome. That sounds super powerful.
Another Rhode Island customer, we're a Rhode Island based company, so I had to shout out our Rhode Island customers, is the Malted Barley in Providence. They are a craft beer a chain of bars. And, you know, one of the things that they experienced is, okay, we're bringing in a new keg. We've never had this beer before, and it sells out immediately. That must mean that our customers love this keg. They love this beer. We should order another keg. But the reality that they found by using the Magic Menu Quadrant is not everyone who orders that beer orders it again. So they've had a couple instances where they're like, oh, this keg sold out super fast, but actually every guest ordered it exactly one time. And that led them to the conclusion that people actually didn't like this beer. They weren't ordering it more than once. So maybe it's time to reevaluate if we want to keep that keg in the rotation.
Yeah, and I used to own a craft beer bar, and I can tell you how dangerous this is, right? We had 6 taps, and we did not have anything awesome like Upserve. We had me and my gut instinct. And I could tell you, we would bring in a beer. We'd get like a really expensive 6 still or some rare half barrel that we hustled to get, and people would rush in to drink it, and we're like, wow, we got to get another, and another one come in and would just sit on the line. And like that craft beer curiosity thing is super strong, but craft beer loyalty is a whole other ball of wax. We had to learn this the hard way. So it'd be amazing if I had had a program like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to wrap up, I wanted to let everyone know right now, Upserve is offering free online ordering and restaurant management solutions. We know this is a really tough time for our industry. So if you do not currently have an online ordering solution, or you're using a third-party online ordering solution that's charging you up to 35% in commission fees, you might want to explore Upserve's free online ordering. Like I said, 12 months free. There's no upfront costs at all. Literally all you need is an iPad to get started. And you can start taking orders immediately. We'll also run $100 in free locally targeted Facebook ads on your behalf, just to get your community aware that you are open for business, you're open for online orders, and to get some more traffic to your page. So if you are thinking about online ordering, please reach out, comment on this video. We can get you set up right away with online ordering at your restaurant. And
they can ask you questions all about this Magic Quadrant product, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. And listen, sales are amazing, Amber. This is incredible. The Facebook thing's awesome. I know some restaurateurs who are doing $10 a day in advertising and killing it. So that's huge. Listen, this is incredible. If people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to learn more?
Yeah, so reach out to hello@upserve.com or amber@upserve.com if you want to get to me directly. I'll see both of those emails. Also, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or Get Upserve on Twitter and Instagram. We'd love to stay connected with you.
Awesome. Well, if you like what you learned here today and you're interested in similar discussions, networking with other restaurant executives, getting questions answered, learning modules, all kinds of stuff, we have a Facebook group for that. It is run by myself and inspirational thought leader, John Mark Shaw. He's a former CEO of Hill Country in New York City. He knows a lot about the business. But just go to bit.ly/restmaster. You can join. It's free. bit.ly/RESTMAST. That's short for Restaurant Mastery. You can join the private Facebook group there. Also, we do these every Thursday morning at 11 as live as possible. And this will probably be one that'll be interested. If you're interested in this one, you'll be interested in the next one. It is how to choose the right POS system for your restaurant. So again, live on Facebook, 11 a.m. every Thursday, guys. Please join us. We're always trying to help. Last, I want to really give some likes and thanks to Branded Strategic Hospitality. They're a micro venture investment and solutions platform. They help hospitality tech companies grow, and they help restaurants to choose tech. Super awesome. I want to give some likes and thanks to Gallery Design Studio. They're a B2B marketing creative team. I use them for my stuff. They're great. They do amazing creative work. And thank you, Amber, and thank you, Upserve, and thank you, Kaylee, who's joined us in the background here. This is awesome, super powerful stuff. Really, really important. If you have questions for me or you want to talk, you just email me, therev@yeahmanagement.com, or I'm at RevCiencio on all the social networks. If you really, really like this webinar, please like it, please comment it, and if you loved it, please share it, right? Whether you're watching this on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, comment, engage, tell us what you liked or you didn't like, and share it with somebody who you think will find value in it. And with that, guys, I just want to say thank you, Amber, and everybody make it a great, tasty day.
Thanks so much.
Awesome. All right, so we're still live on Facebook. We're going to stop the share. We're going to stop the record.